As you can see the map behind me on the wall. Often watching and seeing different countries on the map, I think, would it be as easy to travel to buy the ticket of these countries as to watch these countries on the map? And the second thought which comes in my mind, would it be as easy to join the English classes, the live English classes, the physical classes equipped with charts, different kinds of notes, and for availability of teachers? Then a very strong thought which comes into my mind is that you have to stop lamenting, stop considering yourself as a miserable creature. Yes, dear audience, I am going to discuss here 4 ways to learn English by yourself at home without even visiting or buying the ticket towards these English speaking countries. How can you do this? I will elaborate it. The very first rule is very first way is to stop considering yourself as a miserable creature. If Abraham Lincoln could be the president of America without being rich, without having resources and money, then why can't you become a proficient English speaker? You are also a human being. You are empowered with your brain. Then why are you lamenting on the scarcity of resources, on the non-availability of resources? Then why are you saying that I can't approach to the teachers, I can't buy these expensive courses? First thing you have to do is that I am a human being, I can do miracles. If I have the resource, if I have this brain, if I have this mobile phone and internet, I can do miracles. You have to stop yourself considering yourself as a miserable creature, because this can inhibit you from learning anything, from progressing in this technological world. Then the whole life, what would you do? You would do lamenting. What you would do? You would weep over the scarcity or non-availability of anything. So the very first thing, if you want to become anything, if you want to achieve any status in this world, if you want to make progress, if you want to become proficient English speaker, I am not talking about only this language, I am talking about all the things which you want to achieve, which you want to wish it to be have in your life. You have to, very first thing is that you have to elevate your status, raise your status in your eyes. How can you raise your status? With positive affirmations. I can do everything. If I don't have these kind of facilities to purchase the ticket and to live among those non-native speakers, I can devise other ways to learn English language by myself, because it's a urgent need of the hour. The second thing is that I am not suggesting you to name the objects, to describe the objects and to add adjectives to these nouns. No, because if you are watching this video, it means that you are proficient enough, you can understand English, you are more than basic learner. Now what you are looking for, you are looking for a strategy, the best methodology to be adopted to be fluent in English, because your problem is not identifying the nouns or to adding even if you can formulate different kind of sentences, simple sentences, the problem is the strategy, the best ways to be adopted. That's why you are watching, you are understanding what I am suggesting you, and you are even understanding the different kind of structures which I am using in this video, different kinds of nouns which I am describing, different kinds of patterns which I am elaborating. You are understanding each and everything. So congratulations to you. You are not a basic learner. You are not learning from a scratch. You are not learning from the zero level. So you have to do the second way. The most important is that you have to stop translating process in your mind. You have to give red alert to your brain. You have to stop your brain that now stop translating, because approximately 70,000 thoughts are coming every day in our mind. If nearly 5,000 thoughts can be converted to English language, how would be your status? How far you would be proficient in English language? Just comment me in the comment section. You have to give a forceful reaction to your brain. Whatever thoughts is coming to your brain in your native language, you have to compel, you have to derive your brain to think it in English language. How can you think in English language? The very basic thing is that go to the Google and search about different articles. For example, if you are searching an article about global warming, if you are reading an article about global warming, now after reading global warming, you have to think in your brain, what would be the reaction, what would be the result of this global warming, what are the measures, what are the precautions we should take to minimize this global warming. If we can't control global warming, what would be the future of this world? Just think in your mind. Now you have fed your brain with specific food, and food is the article. You have to provide the food, like the software, to the computer. If computer can't do anything without software, your brain can't do anything without food. And the food is the thought, food is the material, information. If you are feeding properly to your brain, your brain will function in much more advanced level. Next thing, if you are, for example, learning an article about traveling, you can think after reading the article, you can think. Now you have the words, you have the vocabulary specific to traveling, you have the sentence structures specific for traveling. Now you can think, what are the results, what are the fruitful results of traveling, and which is the most beautiful or which is the most desirous city of yours towards which you want to travel, and why you want to travel. What is the specific quality, what is the speciality, or what is the characteristic of that city due to which you want to travel to that city. Now you have to think. First, feed your brain, sentence structures, vocabulary, information. Now all the things are in your brain. Now you have to say to your brain, now think in English. These are the pieces of information, this is the vocabulary, sentence structures, each and everything I have provided to you. Now you have to think in English. What would be the result, what would be the precautions, what would be the different kind of reactions. Now your brain will say, yes, I can do this, I have everything, I have the sentence patterns, grammatical requirements, vocabulary, information required for thinking in English. First, feed your brain. Don't just say that describe your day, describe your night, or describe whatever you have done in the past, your hobbies, your experience. No, just feed your brain. Number 3, very important thing is that which is missing in our lives is to do practice. We do practice of our speaking skills when we are in the interview. We do our written practice when we are in the exam. This is the importance of English language in our lives. How can you expect to be a fluent English speaker? Now, if you want to be a fluent English speaker, and if you are really serious and desirous to learn this language, you have to incorporate an English language and practice it at daily basis. How can you do practice? By yourself at your home. This is now your next question. When you are traveling, when you are in the street, just read the posters. Just read the various posters hanging on the walls in English language. Just read the instructions. If you buy something, all the description is in English language nowadays. English is everywhere. What you have to do, you have to approach English language. You have to inculcate English language. If you cannot survive without food, without eating, now just think, I cannot survive with these things. I cannot survive in this materialistic world, in this technological world where English is the order of the day. So I cannot survive without English. I have to inculcate. If I am feeding my brain, if I am feeding my body, if I am drinking, if I am eating, if I am sleeping, if these are the requirements of my body and brain, English is also my requirement. Give an important place to English language, so that you can be a proficient English speaker. The result is that we often lament that we don't have the time. If you can take the time for breakfast, if you can take out the time for your dinner, lunch, or for your sleep, then of course you can take the time for English language. Just give priority so that English language can give you the priority. It's the place which you give the English language will return you back. So I hope that you have understood this point. The next very important point, give an analysis of yourself. At every weekend, do a list of doable things that I would think in English. I would stop my brain to translate from native to language to English. Now you have to consider to be a raised creature. Next thing, you have to do your practice at daily basis. If you are reading, you have to become a reader and describe what you have read. If you are listening, describe what you have listened. If you are watching, become a producer or narrator and describe in your own word what you have watched. Now you are immersing yourself, you are creating the environment, you are doing your practice level best, and now you are assessing yourself at every weekend. If you are doing justice with English language, with your practice, with your speaking skills, with your thinking process, English language would automatically creep in your life. It will assist you, it will help you whenever the time requires. Then there would be no hesitation, when there will be no fear, because on the other side of fear is always the great advantages waiting for us. We have to crave for us, we have to gain those advantages. So I hope that I have cleared all these points. If you learned all these points, and if you have observed, and if this video is powerful and informative for you, please like, share and subscribe the channel and hit that bell icon, because it motivates me to make much more informative videos for you. Till the next video, stay happy, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.